Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Kal.
And I'm Ghost.
DICE has finally given us, after the beta, they've given us a little debrief and the things that they are going to change before launch. Looking over these notes, I really like what I see. I feel like they've covered all the bases, all the problems that we saw, and I feel like what we got was a incredibly successful beta because it did what it was supposed to do, which was outline the main problems that we would be experiencing at launch, and gave them a possible a route, like if anything needed to be buffed and stuff like that, that would be brought up also. Also, it was a good way of keeping the core of the game the way it's supposed to be, making sure that at launch we get the most foundational battlefield, or I don't know what the word is, the best iteration
Purest?
of Battlefield we can. The purest Battlefield that we can at launch. Alright, so first up, starting off with weapons, they've made some general recoil and tap to fire adjustments for consistency. They're going to emphasize precision and burst / tap firing, which is obviously needed. You should not be able to hold down the trigger and fire from distance, especially mid to long ranges. That's just not a thing in Battlefield, never has been.
I don't know why I just thought of this though. Is that going to increase the accuracy of like DMRs?
I have no idea.
Because
I
technically
would
they're
assume it
tap
would.
fires, right?
Right,
You know what I mean?
right. I don't know if
That's
it's
going to
been
be
adjusted.
that's going to be rowdy if that's the case.
I wonder if it's
That's
going to
gonna
be
be real
adjusted,
spicy.
you know, based on weapon class. Because I wouldn't think that a DMR would need that.
Well, you don't think so, but if they're going to, obviously the question has to be asked, is it going to be a widespread thing? Because DMRs are not automatic or
Right.
they're semi-automatic. And if they're buffing tap to fire, that's all a DMR is. That's crazy talk.
Right. Yeah, it might not.
More research needs to be done.
Right. Well, we'll know at launch, but I think this, if I were to guess, I would say most of this is for assault rifles, as like SMGs and stuff like that, which would make sense in my mind. I really wouldn't
True.
see the need, because I didn't really die a lot from DMRs and stuff like that. I can't really remember. I felt like from my experience, I felt like I died from a variety of weapons. It wasn't really like one weapon that I was going to kill with a lot. Otherwise, the shotgun maybe. But even then, I didn't really run into a lot of people that were using it in my games. Maybe I just got lucky. Don't get me wrong. Speaking of that shotgun, it has been
Shotgun
nerfed.
a rope-a-doping.
Right. You come around that corner, and he's already, he knows you're coming. You're done. There is no fighting back. You may as well put your weapons on the ground, sit down, and just
Here's
accept
the
death.
thing. If you even are lucky enough to survive the first shot, the second one gonna get you quick.
You're done. I'm sorry. You're not going to be able to empty the clip fast enough for him to put that next pellet in your head. Sorry.
That's
Not
crazy.
happening. So yeah, they said the shotgun requires more pellets to kill, and also time to kill will also be under review. Personally, I love the time to kill. I think it's on par with Battlefield 4 and what I'm used to. If you feel like you're dying too quickly, maybe you shouldn't be standing out in the out of cover. Firing, that's not something you should be doing at all whatsoever. You should always be shooting from cover, always moving cover to cover. But some people like to.
I will say, if you're gonna come from another game, you really have to understand that that's the type of game this is. Like this truly, and as bad as it sounds, not that you're camping or you're ratting or anything like that. Sometimes you really do, just as Cal has said in an earlier game we were playing today, sometimes you just got to stand still. Like sometimes you need to let something play
Right.
out, but this is definitely a cover to cover push suppressive fire type of a game. This isn't you going to run out with your Johnson just flapping in the wind, just, going Rambo style. You will get your cat peeled back in this game.
Right. Speaking of movement, they have reduced the slide to jump momentum because people have been showing footage of themselves sliding around like it's Call of
can't stand that
Duty,
shit.
bunny hopping, and they're just like, oh, this is like peak movement. This is what you're supposed to be looking. I'm like, okay, bro, that is not what you're
No,
supposed to be
slow
moving
it
like
down.
in a Battlefield game. Absolutely not.
I'm letting you know right now, you ain't bunny hopping in them damn boots, okay? That shit ain't happening with
And that
flak
pack,
jackets on.
and packs on your back full of ammo and all. There's no way. There's no
Go do
drop
that in Beavis
shotting.
and Butthead. That's crazy.
Like how I know exactly what you're talking about just based off of that, which is absolutely insane. Because back in the day, I wouldn't even know what you were talking about.
Yeah, that's wild.
But COD has lost its identity. But yeah,
But
they've also...
I don't mind the sliding. I just don't like the omni movement slide where you can slide into a room, hit a wall, slide back. All of a sudden, you're doing a 360 down the hallway.
Yeah,
What
no,
are we doing?
It shouldn't be like Titanfall. Sorry, it's just not that type of game. And
No, leave Titanfall where it's at.
And
That's an amazing game.
The jump spam has been nerfed too, so the more you jump, the lower the height and the more inaccuracy that you have. Like I said, fantastic change. Slow the movement down. It's all about placement, flanking.
Yes.
Communication with your squad, moving as a squad. This is what this game is about. You
being a medic.
You're not the hero here.
Oh, be a medic. Get
exactly.
people up.
Right, do
be
your
an
job.
Engineer. Kill the fucking tank, please. It's scaring me.
Parachutes have been slowed down, slower acceleration, but you get more control. Shooting while sliding and jumping is also less accurate, so also penalizing you for doing that.
Call of Duty.
Right, it's fair. Honestly, personally, you should not be to come around a corner, slide, and then ADS and get the kill. It's only something to like surprise your opponent, like you're in a packed building and you're coming around the corner. You want to spray, hit fire. You want to get your damage off quicker than they can. That's the only reason you should really like slide.
But the slide and my boy were like they were like in the MLB. The boys are coming around the corner full tilt. What?
Oh, they got jets on their fucking boots.
Yeah, no, get out of here.
Now, don't get me wrong. I was abusing the slide a little bit.
So I get it. Once I got myself dialed back in, I was sliding on people left and right. It's not okay. I had the SMG going off.
Right. It was feeling too much like COD, and I just felt like I was abusing it. I wasn't doing the jumping, bunny hopping, or nothing like that, but I did feel like it was a little bit too much.
That shit's crazy to me. I'm just like, what am I doing? What's happening?
All right, so fixes for the maps. They fixed the unintended rooftop and out of bounds exploits.
Yeah,
me and you encountered that.
Get your ass back in the battlefield. Go ass down here.
Me and you were trying to figure out where you were getting shot from, and I'm like, because the capture point had already been taken, and I'm like, where am I getting shot from?
No. And I know where it was coming from. I know exactly where we were. We were on attack on Cairo.
Yes.
And we were on the back left of the map, swinging around from Bravo, going down to Echo. And dudes were up on the top of the damn building, just clip clapping, Peter Papping up there. Crazy. I swear, that shit was ugly.
And I heard that parachute pull, and I'm like, oh, I know where you're at.
Oh, no, that was over at Delta when we were coming up the staircase. Right. My man said, shoot. Yeah, no, he got clapped. Yeah, that was a bad move coming down there.
They fixed that, so no more getting out of bounds and camping on top of the buildings. They said the larger maps have been confirmed for launch because a lot of people are complaining about the smaller maps. Even people complained about the smaller maps in the first beta weekend. Then the second beta weekend gave you an even smaller map with no vehicles. People were kind of irritated about that because they wanted to at least see what was being offered before launch, which I get it. At the same time, I love what I got. Honestly.
I'll tell you this, though. For the people that didn't play 2042 at launch, I'm glad they had a map without the freaking vehicles, because that shit gives me PTSD.
Yeah, if you just running in an open field constantly, it's not fun. It is. It's PTSD because no one wants to deal with that constantly.
I hate to say it. The beta was fantastic.
As
a beta?
It was excellent.
As a beta, it was great.
Enjoyed my time. Got me hype enough to buy. Yep, exactly.
I am itching like a Dave Chappelle fucking skit. I'm ready to go. Like, aggravatedly ready to go.
Also, sticking with maps, in Battlefield Labs, they are testing Mirak Valley and Operation Firestorm. Apparently, these are
Okay.
Battlefield 3 remakes. I do remember Operation Firestorm, but I do not remember Mirak Valley or Marak Valley. I don't know how to pronounce that, but yeah.
I want that map
I
from
am
Battlefield 4.
I know exactly. Are you talking about Siege of Shanghai?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Boy, when they
Yep.
start filtering in older maps into this game, oh, it's going to
It's
be
a wrap.
insane. And God forbid, my main thing that I want them to bring back is day and night versions of these maps like they did on Battlefield 4. Playing Siege of Shanghai at night was a completely different
Brick.
experience. And it
Brick
was
and ice cold underwear.
right. It was a fantastic time. I think they added those closer to like the end of the game's lifespan, but I was like, this is just peak Battlefield right here. Just throwing flares, actually being able to use the
just such a
flashlight in dark
good-
areas. Yeah,
It's just such a good spectacle to watch.
right.
I don't know, man.
That game was
I
firing
think
off
they
on
did
all
really
cylinders.
good changes. Oh yeah, peak Call of Duty and peak Battlefield era.
It was, right, exactly. Alright, so moving on to modes. Rush, they've done some changes in there. They've lowered the player counts to restore tactical flow. 12v12 to
That's
16v16 focus. Large scale rush will still be possible via portal if you want to do that.
That's not bad.
I do wish that, Rush was synonymous with Operation Metro back in the day, so if they can get that map back, being able to play Rush in those subway tunnels, that's also a good. I'm looking forward to experiencing that again on a PlayStation 5.
I'll tell you this. I played Rush on that Liberty map. That was actually kind of fun
Oh,
because it
really?
was smaller battle. Yeah, I don't mind playing on that, but 64. Nah, that's a lot of action
That's a
going
lot.
on. It was
That's
a lot going on.
That's a lot of firepower. That's a lot of firepower, like compounding onto like two. What is it, like two little nodes that you have to?
There were three. There were
there's
two
three of
back to
them?
back in two different buildings, and then there was one outside.
Yeah, that's too much.
I'm
64
fighting in a
people firing
pizza
on
shop
that?
for my life.
Negative.
Shit was ugly. There was so much going on.
You're right. As far as breakthrough, they've designed for higher counts up to 64. Ongoing map balance for 50-50 win ratio. So, yeah, they're doing some balancing there. I'm not really a big fan of breakthrough at all. I am definitely a conquest main, or I will play rush. Not a big fan of breakthrough. We did try to play that new map in 2042. Absolutely disgusted by it.
Told you we weren't
But
gonna
yeah.
like it.
Player counts will vary by map mode for best experience. Like I said, Breakthrough has some layouts for 48 players, others 64. Small modes like TDM Domination, King of the Hill will have an AV8 baseline, which is nice. Well, here's my suggestion for those of you coming from Call of Duty and want to get used to playing Battlefield in the way the weapons feel, the movement. TDM and Domination are great ways of dipping your toes in without, breaking off into conquest, because conquest is a lot going on. Working with your squad, you got vehicles, all kinds of things, to work with. But TDM Domination, you keep the experience small. You learn how the game works. I promise you, you spend a couple of hours there, then break it to conquest. It won't be that overwhelming to you. So, yeah, use those modes to your advantage. I haven't played King of the Hill, though. Have you?
Yeah, I've never played King of the Hill either.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to play it, but then you guys got on, and well,
Oh,
we
so
went to
it's our
conquest.
fault.
Yeah, I blame it all on you guys.
But yeah, a lot of good changes. I'm really excited. They also said there'll be some matchmaking improvements planned, especially for challenges. Open and closed weapon options are returning, so if you want to go to an open weapon playlist, that's available to you, or if you just want weapons locked to class, that playlist is also available to you. Now, I don't really care that much about weapons being locked to class. I've said this countless times. Equipment should be locked. But I think it's not really that big of a difference for, a recon or somebody else using a carbine. I don't really care about that. Honestly, the less people picking recon and using sniper rifles, in my opinion, the better my experience is. Just gonna go ahead and throw that out here.
So who sent me that in a text? Somebody said the recon was the least picked, and somebody
I sent
said
that to
everybody's
you.
better off that way. That's so freaking funny.
I'm sorry. Let's be honest. Most of the time, when somebody is a recon in Battlefield, that recon is not being aggressive with the squad. That recon,
I don't think
historically,
anybody's gonna play recon in our group ever again after you went off on Duke for that.
that that recon in your squad is most likely up on a hill somewhere trying to get a clip of him not getting a headshot from 800 meters, and then he uses the radio beacon just so he can spawn right back there in the same spot. Repeat, he's not playing the objective. I'm sorry, if you're going to play recon, you need to be aggressive, working with your team. And I don't care, do not, in my opinion, if you lock them to sniper rifles, we're going to have a big problem. I want the recon to
Right
be able
now.
to
I
work
like my
with the
recon to
squad.
be able to look ahead, some push where we're gonna try and go.
Right.
Like come
Right.
around the corner and be up on the hill, see where it's at, point people out, and let's get busy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm
But then
not.
again, every recon in our Duke don't play like a freaking recon. The man's up
Oh
in
yeah,
the
he's up there.
business. All
Yeah,
right.
he's with that's what you should be. But yeah, that's basically the changes that we're getting. Like I said, they're all good. Battlefield Labs will still be in effect as the game goes on. They will use Battlefield Labs as a trials for like upcoming changes, which I like. That tells me the game is still being play tested in the background as we're playing the launch. That just means the game's going to get even better the longer that we play and the longer it goes on. Also, they've encouraged community engagement via their Discord. So just if you have any notable improvements that you think the game should, get in there and talk about it. Don't come in there with no nonsense. Talk about, I don't know why they're
Yeah.
slowing the movement down. I'm sorry. You should
You
be
know what?
removed
Just
for
enjoy
that.
the damn game for what it is. This game is gonna put Call of Duty on notice. It's gonna put other FPS shooters on it, except for what's on a first-person shooter, Fortnite. But when what they're about to come out with is gonna be good, man. It's good for
Right.
everybody.
Absolutely. Can't wait. Like I said, the game comes out October 10th. Battlefield team says they're committed to ongoing live updates and transparency. And I gotta get behind that. I love all of that. So, that's all I have for you guys today. Ghost, did you have anything else to add? Ghost?
I do not.
Okay.
I do not. Sorry. No, I knew I heard something in the echo in the sphere. It was the wife. I didn't. I heard you in my headset. You were going long wind. I was like, I got a second. That I heard you take a deep breath. I come scooting back.
All right. Well,
Crazy.
appreciate you guys for listening. Let us know in the comments what you think about these changes. What do you want in the future? Do you agree with these changes or do you disagree? Like I said, we love to argue. But above all else, make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss an episode. And we will catch you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye.